Hey everybody, it's Niall. Welcome back to Niall Reads and Smiles. Hello everybody. I am so excited. I have literally, I'm gonna probably estimate around maybe like 15 books to haul today. I am so excited. Today I'm going to be doing my August book haul. I'm so happy I waited to do this video because I got this box. Let me show you. This box in the mail this morning from Penguin Teen. I was not expecting it, and I know what this box is because I've watched other booktubers like recently haul this, and I was like, I don't know if Penguin Teen will send me one. It's like, I don't know, but they did, and I'm so excited. Okay, without further ado, let's get into this video because I'm really excited. I want to show you the books I got. Okay, so this box. This is a box of ARCs, you guys. Like, this is their Game Changers promotional box, and if you can see, it already tells you what books are on here, and they're all books that come out in September, so they're advanced copies, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them in here, and I'm so freaking excited, you guys. Okay, I'm just gonna open this because I can't. I've been waiting to film this video so I can open this, and it's finally here, and look at this. Oh, you guys. Seriously, I'm so excited. This literally looks like it's a series, but it's not. So each book, so I already saw other people unbox it. So basically each of these books is a book that comes out starting from the beginning of September to the end of September. So this first book here that I'm gonna pull out, Some Games You Play, Others You Survive. This book comes out September 12th, and it is Warcross by Marie Lu. This is one of my most highly anticipated books, okay, by Marie Lu. If you don't know, she wrote the Legends series, and she also wrote, whatchamacallit, oh, where's the one book? I'm excited. So this book is a hacker gamer kind of book. So this basically has to do with this game called Warcross, where it's like a game that everyone's obsessed with. You can bet on it, and it follows our main character. She's a hacker who hunts down players in this game. It's kind of like one of those books where a lot of the people in this world are a part of a virtual reality, which is Warcross. So that's all I know about the book. Okay, the next book I have here is Jane Unlimited, and this book comes out on the 19th of September, and this is a fantasy book too, I believe. This iridescent cover is giving me life right now, okay? After the loss of her beloved guardian aunt, Jane receives an unexpected invitation from an old acquaintance, inviting her to an extravagant island mansion called Two Revianis. I totally butchered that. It's an invitation her aunt made her promise never to turn down, though as far as Jane knows, her aunt never set foot on the island herself. At Two Revianis, Jane will have 5 choices that could ultimately determine the course of her newly untethered life, and every choice comes with a price. So this sounds like one of those, like, I don't know, kind of has reminded me of Caraval a little bit. I don't know why. It basically follows our character. She goes to this island, to this mansion that her dead aunt invites her to, and she's given some choices, and it sounds like some weird game thing. I'm already into it, and I haven't even read it yet. So the next book, I know what this one is. This one is, yes! There's Someone Inside Your House by Stephanie Perkins. You guys, this is like one of my most highly anticipated books. Releases for September, and I don't think this is the full copy. I think this is just like a half arc. Let's see. Yes, advanced partial reading copy. Okay, so this is like half a book. This is so cool. I've never seen, like, they sometimes give like little samplers, but I've never seen like more than one chapter as a sampler. So this is so cool. This book comes out on the 26th. The horror is closer than you think. I think this book is kind of like self-explanatory. It's like a horror, thriller, suspense novel, so super looking forward to this, and I cannot for the life of me put it back in here. Next book in here is a contemporary book, and it is Things I'm Seeing Without You by Peter Bergani, and this book comes out October 3rd. The boy she loved isn't the one she lost. This book follows our main character. She had this sort of online relationship with this person named Jonah, I think? Yeah, Jonah. He was someone that she messaged often, and she kind of just had a really close relationship with online, and this boy ends up committing suicide and dying, and now she's kind of just dealing with her grief and trying to, you know, she still writes to him via message. She drops out of high school, I believe, too, so it sounds like a very sad contemporary. So the last book here is another fantasy book, and it is Forest of 1,000 Lanterns by Julia C. Dow, and it says here it comes out the 10th. The fairest of them all will rule them all. Ah! Xing Fei is beautiful. The cards foretell her fate. She is meant to be Empress of all Fang Lu, but only if she embraces the darkness buried deep within her soul. Oh my god. Down one path lies obscurity, the other leads to glory, yet no, but not without great sacrifice. Is the price of the throne too high? Sounds like an awesome fantasy book with magic and a kick-butt female main character, which I am always all for. This should be really interesting. I'm so excited, you guys. These books were named Game Changers because I believe Penguin Teen sees these books as being really unique and different from what we've seen in the YA genre so far. So I am super excited. Thank you so much, Penguin Teen. You have absolutely made my day. I don't know which one I'm gonna read first because they just all sound so good. Okay, now on to my next package here. You guys know what's next. You guys know. Book Outlet! Oh, I am a vlogger friend with Book Outlet, so I did receive a gift card to get these items, but I picked out all these books myself because, you know, I'm selective. But there'll be a link down below if you guys want to check out my vlogger page where you can see all these books that I picked out and then also other ones that I've bought and read previously. So I got like a ton of books from Book Outlet because they were having their summer sale and I also just really wanted a lot of books, okay? First thing I got actually isn't a book, it's a coloring book and it's the Throne of Glass coloring book by Sarah J. Maas. Now the only other one I need is the ACOWAR coloring book, which I want so bad, but they did have the Throne of Glass coloring book on their website, so I was like, I'll take it, just give it to me. They have images in here from the first book all the way to their current book, and I'm so excited. I honestly just bought it just so that I could look at the illustrations because, you know, it's interesting to see how the author views her characters or how she thinks they look. Next book I got, I'm so excited about because this has easily become one of my new favorite authors, my new favorite short novel authors, and that is Dusk or Dark or Dawn or Day by Sheena McGuire. That title is absolutely a mouthful. It's another one of her short books. There's only like 175 pages in this one. Sheena McGuire wrote Every Heart a Doorway as well as Down Among the Sticks and Stones, which are my two favorite, like all my top favorite books ever now. This is another book that she wrote that's roughly like the same size, and I'm feeling I'm gonna read this one in a day also because I read her other two books in a day. This one is more of a contemporary style book that follows a girl who has lost her mother, I think, or her sister. She loses her sister, so this is kind of her dealing with death and things like that, and I just stinking love Sheena McGuire. I'm really excited to read this one. You're gonna notice a theme of like the wilderness in my titles that I chose here. The next book I got was After the Woods by Kim Savage. Her last name is literally Savage, which means this book will probably destroy my soul. This book follows a main character. She was kidnapped and taken into the woods for a day or 2 days, but she was able to escape her captor, so this follows, you know, after she found her way out of the woods and her story and just piecing together who this person who kidnapped her was. When they found me alive after nearly 2 days, the reporters called it a miracle. Definitely giving me like Criminal Minds sort of vibes. Super excited to read this one. Next book, which sounds like another book in that series, but it's not. It's a completely separate book, is Beware the Wild by Natalie C. Parker. This book sounds so good. This is a fantasy magical realism, so not fantasy, just more magical realism sort of book. This book follows our main character who lives in Louisiana, and in this town that she lives in there's this place called Swamps, or not called the Swamps, there's the Swamps. Beware of the Swamps. There's some weird dark magic over there. Don't go to the swamps. Our main character now, this girl's brother, runs into the swamps one day and goes missing, disappears. A few days later, instead of him coming back out, this girl comes back out who I believe was missing previously, and no one seems to remember her older brother now, so it's really weird and creepy, and there's this whole mystery surrounding the swamps. It sounds awesome, and I'm so excited to read it. Next book here is another fantasy book because fantasy is my favorite genre, and you guys know me. I love my fantasy, okay? The Reign of Shadows by Sophie Jordan. This is another book that I saw circling around BookTube, and this book follows, it kind of sounds like a Rapunzel story, but minus the hair. This book follows her main character. Her mother and her dad, who are the king and queen, are murdered by the chancellor of the castle or something like that, and now she is the last person remaining in her bloodline. She is the princess, and he locks her in this tower and keeps her alive even though everyone in the town or in this world thinks she's dead. She ends up escaping this tower with a mysterious boy or something like that. Learns more about what's happened in the world since she was locked in the tower. I'm gonna guess she tries to get her throne back because, I mean, she's a princess, come on. It's like this lost princess sort of story, and it sounds awesome and I cannot wait to read it. The next book I got, we're not even halfway done, you guys. There's more, bear with me. My Heart in Other Black Holes by Jasmine Wenga, I believe that's how you say it. Now this is a book I have just had my eye on this book for like 2 years now. I think it came out like 2 years ago, but this book, trigger warning, does have to deal with suicide, and it follows our main character who makes a suicide pact with this boy online, and together they kind of, you know, plot how they want to, you know, commit their suicide, and it's a really heart-wrenching story, and everyone who's read it told me it will make you cry. But anyways, we follow this main character, but as she slowly gets to know this boy, you know, she reveals things about herself, and she kind of realizes, you know, maybe I don't want to commit suicide. Now it's a matter of trying to convince this other boy that she's made a pact with for him not to take his own life too. So it sounds like a really emotional and just a story that will tug at your heart, and I'm really excited to read this one. The next book, this book I'm so excited about. I talked about it in one of my Epic Reads videos that I did for them on their channel. I'll link it down below. The 1000th Floor by Catherine McGee. Now this book is so awesome. It takes place in a futuristic New York, and in this New York there's this 1000 floor tower that's like super like technologically advanced, and it follows a few characters that live in this tower, and it just, oh my god, it just sounds awesome. It's like a futuristic dystopian style book, and the second book is coming out or is already out, so I'm really excited to read this one. Next book I got sounds so stinking cool, you guys. It gives me Inception vibes. If you guys watch that movie, it's one of my favorites. Dream Strider by Lindsay Smith. This book follows our main character. She is a dream strider, which I'm guessing is the name of what, yeah, she's a dream strider, which basically means she can go into people's dreams and live as them in their dreams. The way this book is described makes it sound like there's a whole dream world out there that people live in collectively, so when they dream they all kind of go to the same place, like a second world, if that makes any sense. This is just my interpretation based off the synopsis. So because of her talent, she is like this invaluable spy to this empire. She learns information from spying that might destroy the whole empire. This book just sounds so cool, and I feel like I can't really describe it well because it's one of those books that you kind of just have to read, so that's what I'm gonna do, is just read it. And a book called Would It Be Complete Without At Least One Vampire Book? And the book that I chose was Night World by L.J. Smith. Now this book was previously titled Secret Vampire, which is, I think this is an older book. I think it came out like in 2010 or something. I don't know, let me see. No, this book came out in 2016, never mind, I'm totally wrong. And it was originally titled Secret Vampire, but I believe they changed the title to Night World, and it looks like this really crazy like Illuminati book, and it actually doesn't have a cover. It just is just this book here. It follows our main character. She has, I believe, a terminal illness, and she's about to die, and right before she dies she learns her best friend is a vampire or something like that, and offers her, you know, offers her to come to the Night World, which is like the vampire dark side. It sounds so cool, and honestly I'm not gonna lie, the cover totally drew me in when I saw it, so I'm gonna give it a try. It's pretty short, and it's been a while since I've read a vampire book. Next book that I picked up, it is like, this has been on my radar forever and ever, and I just never picked it up, but I saw it on Book Outlet and I was like, it's fate, it's fate. To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. You guys, I'm sure, know what this book is about. It has been out for a while, it's super hyped, and it's a contemporary book. This book follows our main character who, she has a box full of letters that she writes to boys that she likes but doesn't ever send them. Then one day they accidentally get sent. I'm guessing a sister or something sent them because it seems like, you know, something a sister would do. And now she has to deal with the repercussions of all the boys she has crushes on, knowing that she has crushes on them. This book sounds awesome. There's 2 other books out in this series already, I believe, so I need to get on it. Next book I got is another one I'm super excited about. It sounds really unique and different, and it sounds like it's gonna be really funny too, so I'm hoping it'll live up to the hype. The Rest of Us Just Live Here by Patrick Ness. And again, this is something that I've always wondered myself, you know, what happens to all the people who aren't the chosen ones in books, you know? The people that kind of just live here while the world is falling apart, hoping that those 2 chosen people will save the world. This book follows the characters that weren't chosen, that aren't the chosen one, that are just your ordinary people who want to live an ordinary life when all this crap is going on in the world. Sounds like, again, like it's gonna be a really funny book. This last book I have here sounds so incredibly interesting. It's like a mix of historical fiction meets magic meets like, I don't even know how to like properly genre this book. The Watchmaker of Filigree Street by Natasha Pulley. Now this book takes place in both 19th century London and 19th century Japan also. So this book follows our main character. One day he comes home and finds this like pocket watch on his pillow, and he doesn't know how it got there, who brought it to him, but he's wearing it one day and it ends up saving his life by pulling him away from this blast or this explosion that happens. Once he discovers that it has this sort of weird magical power, he goes in search of the person who made it and discovers it's this watchmaker from Japan. It just sounds like this really interesting historical fiction magic book, and the second book is out too, and I actually purchased this because 2 people that I follow on Instagram posted about it saying it was just incredible and magical, and that if you're a fan of historical fiction and magic that you'll love it, and I was like, okay, sold. Definitely looking forward to this one. Alright guys, and that's the end of my book haul. I am losing my voice. Ugh. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, keep reading, and I'll talk to you guys later.